You arrive at a hotel just before midnight. Your suitcase is wet. You have an important meeting in the morning, and the room you booked is not going to work. At the first level, the hotel points at your reservation. At the next level, it checks your status. Go higher, and someone starts solving the problem for you. Higher still, and the hotel begins changing how the building operates before you even arrive. But at the final level, you are not really booking a hotel room anymore. So here is how the same hotel treats you at every level of wealth, and the exact point where it stops selling you a room and starts reorganizing itself around you. Level 1. The booking is the rule. At level 1, you found the cheapest prepaid room online. It looked perfect 3 weeks ago. Tonight, your flight is late, your meeting moved earlier, and the room has 1 bed when you now need 2. You explain everything to the front desk. The agent listens carefully, checks the computer, and gives you the least satisfying sentence in hospitality. That is the room type attached to your reservation. This does not necessarily mean the employee is being difficult. At this level, almost everything is defined before you enter the lobby. The date, rate, cancellation terms, room category, and whatever inventory remains when you arrive. Hotels in the United States now have to display mandatory lodging fees as part of the total price under the FTC's fee rule. But clear pricing does not make a restrictive booking flexible. It only makes the price easier to judge before you buy it. If every double room is occupied, the desk cannot manufacture another one. And if your prepaid rate cannot be canceled, your sad face is not a payment method. At level 1, you purchased a room under specific rules. You did not purchase a rescue plan. Level 2, status buys flexibility. Now imagine the same arrival 1 year later, same wet suitcase, same early meeting, same problem. But this time, your reservation profile has history. You stayed with the brand repeatedly, earned status, and became more valuable as a future customer, not only as the person standing at the desk tonight. That can unlock real benefits. Major loyalty programs advertise things like priority late checkout, eligible room upgrades, bonus points, and higher service priority. But this is where people misunderstand hotel status. Status does not reveal a secret suite hidden behind the ice machine. Many benefits are still subject to availability, and some properties have exceptions. A full hotel remains a full hotel. What changes is your position inside the system. If one better room is available, your profile may give the hotel a reason to place you there. If you need extra time the next day, your tier may provide a defined late checkout benefit. If something fails, the hotel has more reason to protect a relationship that could be worth dozens of future stays. At level 1, the booking is the relationship. At level 2, your history becomes part of the negotiation. You have not escaped the rules. You have earned a better position inside them. Level 3, the hotel starts solving problems. At level 3, you are no longer buying only a place to sleep. You booked a luxury suite because tomorrow matters, and your problem now involves more than the bed. Your clothes need pressing. You need a quiet workspace. Dinner service is nearly over. Your driver must be outside at 6:15, not 6:16, and you still have not printed the document everyone expects you to bring. At a normal hotel, those are 5 separate problems. At a luxury hotel, they can become one conversation. The concierge coordinates transport. Housekeeping or laundry handles the clothes. Dining arranges a late meal. The business facilities solve the document. The room is prepared around the morning schedule. Not every request is complimentary, and no concierge controls the entire city. Exact authority varies by hotel and situation. But that is not the important difference. The important difference is that you are no longer the project manager. The suite is the part of luxury that photographs well. The real product is that one request can activate several people while you finally sit down. At level 3, the hotel does not merely give you directions. It begins absorbing your friction. Level 4, privacy becomes the product. At level 4, the lobby itself becomes a problem. You are famous enough, or simply exposed enough, that walking past 50 people with phones can turn a quiet arrival into tomorrow morning's content. Now, the most valuable hotel feature is not what you see. It is who does not see you. Luxury hotel groups openly sell secluded villas and residences built around privacy, space, and full hotel service. Instead of moving through a crowded lobby, shared elevator, public restaurant, and busy pool, the stay can be organized around fewer shared touch points. A quieter route, a private residence, dining brought to you, service scheduled with less exposure. This does not mean every famous guest receives a fake name, a hidden tunnel, and 3 men whispering into their sleeves. Those stories depend on the specific property and guest. The real mechanism is less dramatic and more useful. Control the space, control the timing, reduce the number of people who need contact with the guest. At lower levels, luxury means being seen entering the expensive room. At level 4, luxury means entering without becoming the lobby show. Privacy is no longer a courtesy. It is part of the architecture being purchased. Level 5, the building bends. At level 5, the guest does not arrive alone. There is family, staff, security, luggage, vehicles, food requirements, and a schedule with no interest in improvisation. The obvious version of this story is that an ultra-rich guest appears at midnight, offers enough money, and forces the hotel to remove everyone else. That is also the stupid version. Confirmed guests, contracts, staffing, safety, and physical inventory do not disappear because someone has a larger credit limit. The real advantage happens before arrival. A large villa or residence can be reserved. Multiple rooms or blocks of inventory can be contracted. Transport, dining, housekeeping, and dedicated service can be staged around the group where the property offers it. The hotel can separate movement, prepare spaces, assign labor, and solve unusual logistics because the decisions were made early enough to become part of the operating plan. By the time the guest arrives, it looks effortless, but effortless is usually what expensive preparation looks like from the outside. At level 1, you ask the night agent to fix a problem after it happens. At level 5, a team tries to remove the problem before you see it. The building appears to bend around the guest. But the guest did not purchase magic. They purchased more space, more labor, more planning, and fewer surprises. Level 6. You stop being the guest. There is one level above the best suite, the private villa, and the perfectly staged arrival. You stop buying the night. Branded hotel residences let people own a home connected to luxury hotel services. The resident may receive the privacy of a personal property with access to service associated with the brand. But even here, the relationship needs to be understood correctly. Owning one branded residence does not mean you own the hotel, and owning a hotel building does not always mean you personally operate it. A hospitality property can involve an asset owner, a franchisee, a management company, an operator, and a global brand, all connected by agreements that decide who controls what. So the final level is not a billionaire walking behind the desk and firing the person who forgot the towels. It is a different stack of documents. At level 1, your confirmation number determines what happens. At the final level, the important papers may be a deed, a franchise agreement, or a management contract. You have moved from purchasing treatment inside the system to owning part of the property or economics that produce the treatment. But even ownership has rules. The difference is that now you may have helped choose them. That is the full hotel ladder. At the first level, you book. Then you qualify. Then you delegate. Then you disappear. Then you prearrange. And finally, you own. The biggest upgrade is not always the room. It is the amount of uncertainty the hotel agrees to carry for you. Your money cannot create inventory, erase contracts, or override safety and law. But it can buy flexibility, coordination, privacy, preparation, and eventually a different relationship with the building itself. So which level is the first one that actually feels rich? The suite? The privacy? Or simply reaching the point where someone else solves the problem before you know it exists?